Hey guys, it's Blayde again from Car Audio Security, and today we're looking at 3 new amplifiers from KICKER, the VXA series. So the 3 amplifiers that we have in front of us here are the VXA 1001 monoblock amplifier, the VXA 304 4-channel amplifier, and the VXA 605 5-channel amplifier. So we've got a full range of setups here, from single channel all the way up to 5-channel. So let's open them up, show you what they look like, go through the specs, and see what we think. Okay, so we've got all of the amps opened up and laid out in front of us. So let's first of all take a look at the 4-channel amplifier. But first of all, even before we look at the amp, let's look at the box. Packaging on these is pretty nice. You've got this nice bronze colored packaging, and it tells you a lot of the information of the amplifier before you've even opened it up. At the top here, you've got some icons. So it says Class SB compatible, signature KICKER sound, start-stop compatible, fail-safe integration technology, and KICKER power is always exceeded rated power. So essentially what that's telling us is this is compatible with many different vehicles, and it goes across all of the amplifiers we've got here. So this range is essentially as their entry-level range, but able to be installed into many different vehicles. And the fact that they exceed rated power is always fantastic. And if you look here in front of every single amplifier, we have a birth sheet or a test sheet. That shows us the actual power rating of that amplifier, and it's always going to exceed what they spec it as from the factory. Let's look at the VXA 304. So as you can see straight off the bat, this is a very micro compact amplifier that's going to drive all 4 of your speakers in your vehicle, or even drive your front speakers and a sub, because this is also bridgeable. It's a very small compact form factor. It's going to be nice and easy to install. You've got these nice tabs to be able to screw it into a side mounted position or onto a board, wherever you want to hide it away, or this can even be hidden underneath. They've got built-in heat sinks that keep the amplifier nice and cool. So you've got ventilation along the bottom that goes through the bottom of the amplifier. On this side you have your power inputs and your speaker outputs. These are the flat kind of stack style connections where you would use a spade terminal. So you'd need to use spade terminals in all of these. So this would take an 8-gauge power and earth cable on either side, and obviously a remote cable in the middle. Your speaker cable outputs will accept up to around a 12-gauge cable. As it uses a flat style connection, you'll be able to use pretty much any cable you like. On the other side, you've got all of your RCA inputs and your control of the amplifier. So RCA inputs are labeled as amp 1, amp 2. That's essentially just front and rear. So if you're essentially using this for front and rear speakers, you'd have your RCAs going in here. If you're using them for front and a sub, same thing goes here. But you need to consider the controls over this side. So amp 1, which is labeled at the top here, is for this set of RCAs. All you have on that is gain, high pass filter frequency, and then whether you want it all pass or high pass. For amp 2, which is below, you have a lot more control, as this is the channel that you would use to bridge for a subwoofer. So you have gain, high pass filter control, the crossover settings, which has high pass, low pass, or all pass, low pass filter settings, and then bass boost. So you can either use this for speakers or for a subwoofer if you're bridging. But remember, that's just the rated power, what they put on the box. This is your birth sheet of the amplifier. So this tells you the overall power of the amplifier at the top here that is tested at. It's 433 watts. It's rated as a 300 watt amplifier. So it says here, rated RMS output power 300 watts, but you're actually getting 433 watts. So you're getting a lot more than you paid for. It even gives you the date tested and the serial number of the amplifier, which will match up to the serial number on the bottom here. So that's your 4-channel amplifier. Let's move over to the monoblock amplifier. Really small form factor. This is rated at 1000 watts RMS. For 1000 watt RMS, this is a tiny amplifier. You could fit this almost anywhere in a vehicle, under a seat, in a footwell, in the boot, anywhere. Really good to see that this is still really small form factor, and you've got those tabs here to be able to screw them down. All of the boxes for the amplifiers come with hardware to actually screw the amplifier down. Very, very similar connection styles, but they have gone into the grub screw style connections where you run the cable directly in, you don't have to use any terminals, and there's grub screws on the top to be able to screw down and lock your cable in. Now this will take up to a 4 gauge of power cable. You want to use 4 gauge really if you're using this amplifier. And then your speaker cables, obviously you've only got 4 outputs, so you can use the positive and negative of both if you're using 2 separate subwoofers, or you can run across 2 channels if you're using 1 subwoofer or they're internally wired. On the other side, again, you've got your inputs and control. Single input because it's just a mono subwoofer. You've got gain, low pass filter, bass boost, and bass remote connection. Now, with the amplifier, you do also get a bass controller. You get the nice KICKER bass controller, which you can actually take apart and flush mount if you need to, but you've got the controller here, which is actually quite a nice feel of a controller, so you can either flat mount this or you can take it apart and flush mount it into somewhere. Then it has a 3.5mm jack on the back of this and a 3.5mm jack on the amplifier itself, so you get an extension wire for that. Now, as mentioned, this is rated at 1000 watts RMS at 1 ohm. Now this amplifier will actually produce 1125 watts, so you're getting 125 watts for free, essentially, and rated power RMS. Now onto the 5-channel amp. So this amplifier is going to be able to run an entire system. So if you've got front and rear speakers and a subwoofer, this tiny little thing will run it all for you. There's no need to run 2 separate amplifiers. If you don't need crazy amount of power, this is going to be a fantastic option for you. Again, you've got all of your connections on one side, grub screw terminals, which is great to see, a lot easier than using spade terminals on these style amps. But then you've got the flat terminals for your speaker outputs. And then on the other side, you've got all of your connections, 3 RCA inputs, again, front, rear, and subwoofer, and a lot more control over each of the channels. So you've got subwoofer gain, low pass filter, and bass boost. You've got mode, so whether you want it on, if you want a 2-channel mode, 4-channel mode, or 5-channel mode, depending on how many RCAs you actually have going in. Again, bass remote, you get a bass controller with this as well, so no need to go out and buy a separate one. Amp 1 controllers down here, gain, crossover, which gives you all pass or high pass only. High pass filter frequency settings, and then amp 2, which will be your rear in theory. You have your gain, your crossover, which is high pass, all pass again, and then the frequency adjustment. Everything you need from this little amplifier. Now this is very similar rated to the 4-channel amplifier, being that this is 50 watts RMS by 4 at 4 ohms, 75 RMS at 2 ohms, and 150 watt RMS bridged. So you can still bridge the speaker channels if you need to. And then the RMS power of the subwoofer output is 150 watt RMS at 4 ohm or 300 RMS at 2 ohm. So if you're not looking for loads and loads of power, you just want a system to become a lot brighter, get that signature KICKER sound, and only have 1 amplifier to fit, that's definitely a good choice. Now again, birth sheet on this amplifier. Remember, all of these amplifiers are going to be different, so you may receive something completely different to this. It might be slightly more, might be slightly less in terms of the power that's been tested at, because they are all different. But this amplifier is rated at 600 watts RMS. You're getting 669 watts RMS. So very good power output. This was tested on the 15th of April 2026, and you've got the serial number on there as well. So overall, very impressed with these little amplifiers. They're a great entry-level option for someone that's looking for a good quality product with the KICKER brand name, with that KICKER signature sound, and something that's going to be start-stop compatible, be able to work in many different vehicles. Very easy to install and hook up, simple instructions in the box, and they all have a birth sheet with them. So fantastic product. Pricing wise, these are, again, a really competitive price point for what they are to get this kind of KICKER brand, a high quality looking amplifier. So pricing on the 4-channel amp is $229.99. Pricing on the 1000 watt monoblock amplifier is $299.99. And pricing on the 5-channel amp is $379.99. So very competitive price point, especially that 5-channel amplifier that's going to give you everything in one box. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. If you need some more info on these products, they'll be listed in the description below, and I will see you in the next one.